My name is Monica Kelsey, founder and current CEO of Safe Haven Baby Boxes, and I'd like to welcome you to another edition of a Baby Box production.
Okay, I think we're good. Are we good? All right, we are good. Thank you guys so much for coming today. This is actually a really good day to be from Maumelle, Arkansas. I mean, think about this for a second. Behind me is Safe Haven Baby Box number 82 in the country. This is only box number 82 in the country. Do you realize how many more boxes are going to come after you? I mean, seriously. My name is Monica Kelsey. I'm the founder and current CEO of Safe Haven Baby Boxes. We are the only organization in America today that is literally saving babies in boxes at fire stations and hospitals. You know, this past week, we've had a very deadly week for abandonments in our country. Normally, we find a dead baby every 3 days. That's way too many. Every 3 days in America, we're finding a dead baby. The past 7 days, we've had 4 alone. 4 alone in multiple different states. And that's unacceptable. And I am not going to allow this to happen on my watch. Tell you a little bit about the organization. I founded the organization back in 2016. My firehouse actually became home of Safe Haven Baby Box number 1 in the country. My husband, who is in the back there, he is the mayor of our city. So it was rather easy to talk him into allowing me to put a baby box at his firehouse. Just if he wanted to come home and sleep with his wife at night, right? He owns a camper now, though, just so y'all know. He did go out and buy himself a camper just in case I come to him and ask him for anything else. So we became home of Safe Haven Baby Box number 1 in the country back in 2016. We had never had a dead baby in our community. We had never had a safe surrender. I simply wanted that box in Woodburn because that's my home. But in February of 2019, at 7:05 in the morning, a little 5-pound, 4-ounce little girl came to our firehouse and was surrendered under the Safe Haven law. And so the old saying, build it and they will come, that little girl was saved because there was a box at our firehouse that was placed in because I knew that one day, might not be today, might not be tomorrow, might not be next year or in 10 years, but one day a woman was going to need our services. And we gladly took that little 5-pounder and placed her under the protection of the Safe Haven law. We've had 12 babies in our boxes in the last 3 years. One of those babies actually was from Benton, Arkansas, right here, probably 30 minutes away, not too far at all. And we've had 101 women come through our program, with the last woman 2 weeks ago in the state of Indiana that surrendered by handing her child to a person. That is always our preference. But if they cannot do that, then we want them to utilize our box. To tell you why I'm so passionate about Safe Haven Baby Boxes, I actually have to take you back a little ways to August of 1972. When a young 17-year-old girl was brutally attacked and raped and left along the side of the road. And this, of course, was when abortion was illegal in our country, even in the cases of rape and incest. This 17-year-old girl was strong enough to press charges against a man who had raped her, and he was arrested, he was charged, and if that wasn't the worst of it, 6 weeks later, when her life is finally getting back to normal, she finds out she's pregnant. At the advice of her mom, she actually went to a back alley abortion facility in October of 1972. But while standing in front of the man that was going to take her child's life, the 17-year-old girl, strong enough to say, I can't do this. And she left and she never looked back. She was hidden for the remainder of the pregnancy, gave birth in April of 1973, and abandoned her child 2 hours after that child was born, and that child was me. So I stand on the front lines of this movement, ensuring that women have a safe option to surrender their child legally and safely so that their life can go on without prosecution. And I'm proud that we've had 12 babies in our boxes and 101 babies come through our program. This would not be possible without the supporters and the donors that gave to this project. We had one donor that stepped up and gave $10,000, and then we had a church here in Maumelle that stepped up and gave the rest. So no tax dollars went to this program. That's pretty amazing that the community stepped up and took care of this themselves. One of our biggest supporters for Arkansas is the Arkansas Knights of Columbus. They've been with us since day one, since this law was signed by the governor in his office. And now I'd like to invite Dale Fleming up to say a few words from the Knights of Columbus.
Hi, I'm Dale Fleming with the Knights of Columbus, and I'm going to go down like this. Hey, I've got a story for you, okay? The story starts on another planet. This planet is a long ways away from here. And a mother and father had to make a decision. They had to put their child in a box. They put this child in a box and put him on a rocket. And they lost everything. They lost their income, they lost their livelihood, and they're about to lose their planet. But they wanted hope for their child. So they're willing to surrender this child and send him away. Send him away a long ways away. They knew this little dot of a planet called Earth could be a safe place for this child to grow and become a good person. And they were very hopeful that someone would find him and let him grow up to be the man that he should become. So they launched this rocket. It landed on the planet Earth. And a farm couple found him in a field and took him in and raised him as his own. And this man became Superman. Not all children are going to become supermen or superwomen, but all children are valuable. The parents made a decision, and just like the young women or men that drop off a baby at this Safe Haven baby box, that they couldn't take care of this child. This may not be their fault. There might be income circumstances or other things that get in the way of their lives, but they knew that they couldn't take care of this child correctly and the way that they wanted this child to come into this world. So we're so lucky to have Safe Haven Baby Box here in Arkansas. This is box number 6, and I know Monica's probably going to say it, but there's going to be a few more coming up too. She's got a little bit of travel around the state to do in the next couple days. So by the end of this week, there's going to be 8 boxes in this state. Isn't that pretty good? That's pretty awesome. I just wanted to also tell you a little bit about the history of how this happened, by the way. In 2001, the Safe Haven Baby Law, or correction, the Safe Haven Act was turned into law. 2001 wasn't that long ago, just 10 years ago. In 2017, at the Arkansas March for Life, I was standing in the crowd, and the featured speaker was Monica. And I was there supporting the Knights of Columbus. We were out there supporting the March for Life. And I listened to this young lady tell her story, and it really moved me, just like it did you, Cindy. And so I started promoting it within the Knights of Columbus. And at that time, we didn't have a Safe Haven Baby Box law in this state. It was still just in the stages of becoming one. So now, in 2019, there was an amendment to the law. And the law made it now safe to drop a child in a Safe Haven Baby Box like this one behind me. And Monica got busy. She started finding people that would support her and reach out for her. I reached out to her and asked her for some information on this. I got it to some Knights in Benton ran with it. And the Knights in Little Rock ran with it. And we got that first box. But it wasn't the Knights of Columbus that made the donations. It was individuals like you. You made it happen. The Knights were just a means. And that's just the same thing that kind of happened here. It looks like Cindy got it started, and then a church got involved, and then another major donor got involved, and it happened. It's the donors that make it happen, and it's like a miracle how it all comes together. So I think that's awesome. One of the things that I was just talking about in the crowd here just a few minutes ago, how do we get the information out about the Safe Haven Baby Box? Well, the Arkansas Health Department, on their website, you can find where all the Safe Haven baby boxes are in the state. So that's awesome. Safe Haven Baby Box has a website, and it's shown there as well. And we also have a billboard campaign, which the Knights of Columbus contribute to, and others do too. But this billboard campaign talks about the Safe Haven baby law and Safe Haven baby boxes, and it has a fireman holding a baby. I hope you've seen one or two of them around the state, but they're just awesome to see. We're hoping to get one in every county. So one of the things what we have to do, we have to thank the donors. The donors are awesome. Without them, this isn't possible. And of course, we have to thank Monica for her vision and for her trip to, was it Europe, or where did you go to see the first baby box? South Africa, and saw that first baby box there and inspired her to bring it here. Then we have to thank the fire chief, or the administrator, for their input in pushing it forward. Then we need to really thank the city councils, the mayors, and the city attorney. They all have to work together to make this happen. Most of all, we have to thank God. Without God, none of this is possible. I certainly would not want to do this without God, because it wouldn't happen. God is the author of life, and I support him in all things I do. Thank you all.
Where's my fire? Come on up here. You act like you're like, oh gosh, she's gonna pick on me to speak. You should know me by now. I'm gonna call you out. And now I've totally blanked.
You're okay.
I can't even remember your name.
Scott.
Scott. He is the fire marshal here at Maumelle, and he is also a local pastor.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I wear many hats. My name is Scott Eaton. I'm the fire marshal here at Maumelle. I'm also a chaplain with the Arkansas Guard and a local pastor, so I wear many hats. And when asked to come and bless the box, Cindy said, hey, will you say a few words for me? Because she knows my history. And you hear me get emotional already. My hat that I love to wear the most is Dad. In 2004, I got a phone call from a friend of mine that there was a lady that needed/wanted to give her daughter up for adoption. And so we didn't even have to use the court system. It was literally come sign over parental rights, and I was the proud dad of a 5-month-old baby. So in 2 hours, I went from being a happily married couple to +1. Had no idea what the heck to do with that thing. But ever since that day, it has never been lost on me the decision that had to be made. And so I take my dad hat off for a minute and think about being a fire marshal and how we are sworn to protect the citizens. And what a travesty if we didn't give an option. What a travesty if we didn't have an option, because I can't imagine my daughter being abandoned like that. Just couldn't imagine. I'm glad that God placed me at the right place at the right time to be there to accept her. And she didn't need to be placed into a box or, heaven forbid, somewhere worse. So I thank you for all of your support for this. I do want to say a blessing over this box. I don't know how y'all do it, but my church takes some pride in being a church of prayer. So when we do, we stand up. I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but that's okay, because I'm going to be the one praying. So if you want to lift your hands in just agreement with this, let me say a prayer. God, what an awesome blessing this is and an opportunity. God, we were asked, will anybody ever use this box? And our response is, even if they aren't, they now have an option. God, may they know that it's not about the box, but the life that it could change. God, the opportunity, God, it's not lost on us this morning of the decision that a mother would have to make. God, may she know that this is an absolute, perfect, and safe way to do it. And God, may the life that's put in this box be blessed, and know that they were loved and will continue to be loved by their community. And God, we thank you for the Maumelle Fire Department being the ones that are stepping up and saying, yep, we're going to do this for our community, and be the ones to be an example. God, again, I just give you thanks for this box and this opportunity. And God, I just give you thanks. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
This box is now available for women in this community and beyond. This box offers no shame, no blame, and no names. God bless you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming. If you guys would like to stay around, I'm going to demonstrate how this box works so you guys can kind of see what a mom would see or a dad would see when they walk up to the box and surrender their child so selflessly. And I'm going to use this really cute baby that is naked, and we're going to use this as a prop. So if somebody can, one of the fire guys, because you guys turn up your radio so these guys will hear as soon as the alarms go off. This is going to show you exactly how fast this alarm goes off. And then can I get somebody to time this too so I can so we can all see what exactly the fire marshal's over there. He's got it. All right, you ready? When I open the door, then go ahead and click it, all right? And you guys will notice once I place baby inside, this door is actually going to lock on me. I'm not going to be able to open the door back up and take baby out, and that's a safety feature of this box so that no one else can come up behind it. And also, we don't want mom taking child out of the box and still remaining in a state of crisis. We want to be able to help her. She's more than welcome to come inside and get assistance, but that at least gives us the option to assist her. So here we go. Let's put baby in box. Can't open the door. So now baby is in box, secure, it's heated, it's cooled in there. There's a medical bassinet. Once we're finished, you guys can feel free to walk inside and take a look at the inside where the bassinet is. They're averaging right now about 1.5 minutes on getting notified that there's a baby in their box. So baby's only going to be alone in our box for about 1.5 minutes, but of course this time it'll probably be 15 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. It better never be 15 minutes. Let's see where we're at. Anybody got any questions while we're sitting here waiting for the 1.5 minutes? I mean, anything that we're all an open book. I do have some copies of my book in my car. I wrote Blessed to Have Been Abandoned, the story of the baby box lady. It became a bestseller off Amazon in May. I do have some copies if you guys would like one. I hate promoting myself. I just feel weird. What's the time right now? We're at 1 minute. Seems like forever though, doesn't it? It's like, oh my gosh, it's only 1 minute.
Does the timer go from the time that you open the box or when you close it?
Nope. As soon as the door opens up, it's calling 911. Now, even if mom opens the door, shuts the door, and doesn't put baby in, they're still getting notified. And I've designed this box to where the alarms are not connected to each other. So if one was to fail, the other one would go off. Or if the second one would fail, the third one would go off. We've never had any of the alarms fail, but we want to be proactive in case one of them never goes off. We at least have a backup plan. What's time? There you go. 1 minute, 50 seconds. They're slacking over there. If they did it at 1 minute and 26 earlier, must be coffee break time. Well, thank you guys so much for coming. Feel free to walk inside and take a look inside the box. You really do get your vision on the inside, and we'll be around for any questions or comments or just hanging out with you guys. So thank you guys so much.